Are you trying to surrender? It's a common concept in spirituality that you've got to surrender to what is. But when teachers give this instruction, it's not as easy to follow the instruction as it is to hear the instruction. To try and surrender, you're actually taking an action. So you're not surrendering it all. So how do you do this successfully? How can you actually surrender? Well, I've been meditating since I was a child, and I was actually mentored for several years by 2 Buddhist monks. And today what I want to do is a meditation with you to help you understand the truth about surrender and what it really is, so that hopefully you can then use this information to properly and truthfully and deeply surrender. So we'll start just by closing our eyes. Hopefully you're able to take a comfortable seated position. If you're walking, listening to this, it's also fine. You can do a meditation whilst walking. So I would not recommend this if you're listening whilst driving. But if you're walking in nature, that's okay. Obviously, if you're sitting down, that's fine. And ideally, just close your eyes and just adopt a posture that's comfortable but not slumped. You don't want to be so erect and upright that it's difficult to maintain, but you don't want to be so slumped over that you may end up falling asleep. So it's kind of somewhere in between. It was described to me by one of the monks who helped me many, many years ago as like a pile of flat stones, one on top of another. So just resting effortlessly, kind of straight. And just take a few deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. And a last deep breath, as deep as you can, in through the nose. And out through the mouth. Now, the ideal kind of posture for meditation can vary from person to person, whatever you feel is comfortable and isn't taking effort to maintain. That's the key. It should just be a restful awareness. So you may wish to rest one hand in the other. You can fold the hands, or you can rest the hands on the thighs. Any of these is fine. And with your mouth, to avoid your mouth drying up or avoiding any kind of distractions due to the mouth, it's advisable to close the mouth and just rest the tongue so it naturally, the tip of the tongue naturally rests on the 2 front teeth, behind the 2 front teeth, with the lips closed. And you just breathe in and out through the nose. Now, once we've kind of set these kind of variables, what we're trying to do here is control any potential distractions or unwanted or unneeded bodily distractions here, okay? We're not trying to fall asleep, but we're not trying, we're not having to be in a certain posture or remain rigidly upright. We're just trying to put the body at rest without it leading to sleep. So as you take these breaths now in through your nose and out through your nose, you may become aware of any number of sensations. You may feel the warmness of the breath on the top of your lip, just under your nose when you breathe out, and the coolness when you breathe in. You may feel your abdomen increase in size and expand slightly when you breathe in, and retract slightly when you breathe out. Your attention may also be drawn to the sensations of the hands touching one another, or touching your thighs. You may also feel the sensations of the feet touching the ground, or other bodily sensations. Now, initially as a practice, meditation starts out, if you're very new to it, as something to hone focus, something to enable you to recognize distractions but not get pulled away by them. But this can lead to confusion. It can lead to a misunderstanding, because awareness and meditation really are just allowing everything to be as it is. So now that you have this comfortable posture and you're into a rhythm now with your breathing, you can start to recognize how all of this is just happening. The breath is coming in and out. It's not being caused by anything. You're not having to think about it. And the body is at rest. You're not having to exert energy to maintain this posture. It just is. And these words are being heard without effort. All of this is happening without your involvement. The breath is taking place, the gentle rise and fall of the breath continues gently, like a ticking clock, constantly in and out. So if you're used to a particular point of focus in your meditation, like the breath or a particular sensation or a mantra you possibly say out loud or even internally, I'd encourage you and invite you to let that go and just welcome everything. Welcome every sensation. Welcome every breath. And welcome every thought. Now, even though the mind has been resting here for a few moments and will have been calmed to a certain degree by the resting of the body, I'm sure the mind will have created thoughts that you've been aware of during these few moments. And that's okay. Everything is okay. Meditation is not about shutting things out. It is about letting everything in. So when those unavoidable thoughts begin to rise up, just realize that you didn't ask for these thoughts. You are not the mind. You had no decision in whether these thoughts came about or not. They occur naturally. It's what the mind does. So meditation is not about emptying the mind or stopping the mind or stilling the mind or removing thoughts or purifying thoughts or choosing one thought over another. It's merely allowing all the thoughts to be as they are. Whatever occurs, let it wash over you like a river. My first teacher told me that during meditation, it's like sitting at the side of a river, and the thoughts are like the river, flowing and flowing, endlessly flowing by. You see them flowing towards you, flowing right past you, and flowing down the river, down the stream of thoughts. And you don't need to stop the thoughts. Don't try and get in the river, the stream of thoughts. Don't try and stop them. And don't be carried away by them. Don't be carried downstream by the thoughts. Don't follow them. Don't be enticed by them. Just sit at the side of the river, observing them come and go. And nurture a fascination and a curiosity with everything that's appearing to you during meditation and during life, which is meditation. Isn't it interesting that you can sense this particular feeling? How fascinating that this thought has just popped up. As I observe it, it fades away. You may hear sounds of your environment and obviously these words. Notice how awareness accepts all of this unquestioningly, unjudgingly. The awareness invites all of it in. No filter, no judgment, no good or bad. And as you meditate in this way, really, there is no meditator. There is nobody doing this. You are not controlling the heart that makes this body alive. You didn't create the planet on which you are seated or standing or walking upon right now. You didn't even ask to be born. There is no separation. This is all happening just perfectly as it is. And the awareness accepts it all lovingly. Okay, so now you can open your eyes. And you may take this understanding and this realization, you'll see it starts to seep into the rest of your life. And meditation goes from being something that's done at a set time, in a set place, in a set way, to being the natural order, the natural state of things. Because when you meditate in this way and allow everything to be as it is, this is true surrender. You're not sitting down to meditate to get any specific outcome. You're not trying to create an experience or a particular sensation. You're not trying to shut out any particular sensations or thoughts or experiences. You're welcoming whatever occurs is perfect. And eventually, you'll be able to take this into your everyday life. And that is true surrender.